Hollywood has been a stage for shining stars, but it is also a place where many young souls are burned by their own brilliant aura. Cara Delevingne, the supermodel once considered the carefree muse of the Gen Z generation, at a time when she went off the rails. But after the rain, the sky brightens, and now, she is rewriting a new chapter of her life, with peace and courage from her own heart. From the peak to the bottom. Nearly a decade ago, Cara Delevingne was an indispensable face on major fashion runways. From Chanel to Burberry, from Louis Vuitton to Dior. Not only standing out with her iconic thick eyebrows, Cara also left her mark with her rebellious demeanor, rare androgynous beauty, and instinctive lifestyle. But every light has its shadow. After all-night parties, flashbulbs, and millions of followers, Cara once shared that she felt empty, like a soul wandering through flesh. Drugs, alcohol, toxic relationships, and a seemingly endless slide. Resurrection from within. In February 2023, Cara publicly admitted for the first time that she had entered a treatment center. That decision, according to Cara, was the first time I chose myself over the image that others expected of me. 6 months of rehab in Utah not only helped her shake off her addiction, but also helped her confront the wounds from her childhood, a Cara that had never been heard. In a recent interview, Cara appeared with a strong short haircut, no makeup, but her eyes sparkled with clarity and understanding. I am no longer the girl looking for acceptance. I am a woman building a real life. Back, but as herself. After recovering, Cara did not choose to return to the spotlight as before. She began participating in social activities about mental health, became an ambassador for a foundation to support young people in drug addiction, and co-founded a therapeutic art center for teenagers. On social media, the image of a Cara smoking behind the scenes was replaced by photos of her meditating in the woods, playing instruments, painting, or simply hugging her pets in a wooden house in the middle of nature. No noise, no boasting, just a person living a real life. A new symbol of bravery and maturity. Today, Cara Delevingne is no longer the bad girl of the fashion industry, but a mature woman, scarred but not hidden, broken but not pessimistic. She not only inspires young people about freedom, but also about responsibility for their own lives. No one can save you but yourself. But sometimes you have to lose everything to realize what you need most, peace, Cara shared in a TEDx talk. Cara's journey is proof that no matter how deep you fall, with just a spark of truth, and a courageous decision, you can still step out, transform, and live a life worth living. Cara Delevingne, not just a transformation, but a personal revolution, Part 2. The world once knew Cara Delevingne as a sassy fashion icon, but now, people are witnessing a woman who is rewriting the definition of success. Not based on fame, but on an awakening from within. Slowing down to live authentically. After her recovery journey, Cara moved from Los Angeles, once the epicenter of lavish fun, to a peaceful suburb in Cornwall, England. In a small house by the sea, Cara began to write. Not screenplays or autobiographies, but diary entries, poems and short stories, as a form of spiritual therapy. I used to think I had to run as fast as I could to not be left behind. But then I realized, I didn't want to go anywhere anymore, I just wanted to go back. Cara shared on the Modern Muse podcast. She learned to garden, meditated every morning, and started a routine of cleaning the kitchen every night. Something she had previously considered boring. But it was in these small, ordinary things that Cara found a sense of control over her life. A voice for the lost generation. Cara is now one of the pioneers in the entertainment industry promoting recovery culture. Instead of just boasting about getting over it, she shares her relapses, her addictions, and her feelings of self-pity when the world still expects her to be the old Cara. On Instagram, she posted a photo of herself sitting in a dark room, with the caption, "Today I cried, not because I'm weak, because I've been strong for too long." No longer maintaining her cool, carefree image, Cara is willing to talk about loneliness, existential crisis, and especially the psychological pain that celebrities have to hide behind a professional smile. Cara has become a representative of the wave of young people who dare to live authentically, dare to slow down, and dare to heal, even if the price is to leave the spotlight of fame. The journey ahead: rebirth, not re-establishment. Soon, Cara will release her first book, The Girl Who Vanished Inside the Mirror, a semi-autobiographical, half-realistic, half-fictional work about a young model who lost herself in a world full of mirrors and expectations. At the same time, she is also preparing for an exhibition of paintings called Layers of Silence in London, combining abstract art and meditation, which she painted after waking up from a nightmare during her drug rehab. I don't want to go back to being the old Cara Delevingne. I want to live as the Cara of today, who is learning to love herself no matter what. Not everyone gets out of the abyss, but Cara is proof that, when you stop chasing the world, you can hear the true voice in your heart. I survived to help others not struggle alone. After publishing her book, The Girl Who Vanished Inside the Mirror, Cara didn't accept any film roles or fashion campaigns, but quietly founded a non-profit organization called Mirror, an acronym for Mental Insight, Recovery, and Rebirth of Others' Realities. The first headquarters opened in East London, the same neighborhood where Cara once lost herself. There, young people can come to seek free psychological help, receive mental health advice, learn meditation, learn art therapy, or even just sit still and not be rushed to get better immediately. She describes it as a place with no deadline for recovery. I used to hate myself for not being able to get sober on schedule. Now I'm creating a place where no one needs to rush to be accepted. From the catwalk to the podium. A few months later, Cara made a surprise appearance at a TEDx conference in Berlin. Not in a fancy dress, not with a team of stylists, but in a simple gray suit, her hair pulled back, and her voice deep, no longer trembling. The talk, titled The Beauty of Breaking, was an honest, unvarnished account of the nights she wanted to disappear from the world. But it was those nights that taught her. You don't have to be whole to be valuable. Sometimes it's in the cracks that the light comes in. After her talk, Cara was invited to universities, not to talk about fashion, but to share her journey to recovery. Thousands of students listened in silence. Many cried, not out of pity, but because someone had finally spoken openly about the pain they had kept hidden. Not to be admired, just to be understood. Cara used to live for the eyes of others. Now, she lives to let others know. It's okay if you're not ready. The important thing is not to give up. She continues to paint, not to display, but to give to young people at the Mirror Center. Each painting is a handwritten message. You're still here, which means you're stronger than you think. Don't force yourself to be okay. Just breathing is enough. Rebirth, no need to return to the old glory. Cara refuses to model for big campaigns, despite being invited continuously with seven-figure salaries. She chooses to represent mental health campaigns, community arts, and small-name LGBTQ+ support organizations. I used to think my value was in my image. Now I know, it's in my impact. Cara Delevingne today, not the ideal, but the real. Imperfect, not a saint, not trying to be anything. Just a broken person, a hurt person, a person who was knocked down by herself, but got up, made peace with the past, and kept going, not for glory, but for those who couldn't get up like her. Because sometimes those who have fallen are the ones who can lift others up, because they understand the pain, and they know how to hold hands without judgment.